going on? This is Sunshine.
This is E.
Hey, what's going on? We're gonna do some more reaction, and we're gonna take another shot at some animation. Now, this is something that we haven't really done much of. We've done one, and if you've seen that, it's a little something we gotta get used to. But animation is always is a weird thing, because your imagination can do anything with animation, because it's not real, so you don't have to, you can kind of put whatever you feel or what you want to do, you can put that on there. So we're going to hit another one, and what's this one about?
Confessions of the fast food employees.
Oh, I'm sure everyone can. Most people, most people have worked fast food at some time in life. Most people I worked a few places, and so
I've never worked in fast food.
Okay, I have to say most of them. Now, she worked in a food place, but wasn't fast food. It's like she was like more upper class, and we was down with the fast food people. But it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. But anyways, let's check it out. Let's see what this confession of this fast food employee is.
I just want to make one thing clear real quick. I love fast food, but I just don't trust it. And just like when you're in a relationship, have you ever been in a relationship and you caught your boyfriend or girlfriend lying? Once that trust is gone, it's almost impossible to get back. If you worked at a mall or a shopping plaza, you know when it's time to eat. It's always at the food court. I used to work at a clothing store. I'm at greeter spot and my coworker Jeremiah comes up. All right, I just clocked in, you can go to lunch. Cool, well, I'm gonna get a cheeseburger from, let's call this place Ronald's. I'm gonna get a cheeseburger from Ronald's. You want anything? Don't go to that Ronald's in the food court. I used to work there before I got the job here. Why not? Don't go there, just trust me. Bro, I love Ronald's, so you need to tell me why I don't need to go to this Ronald's. You know how many people's burgers I spit in while I was working at that Ronald's? Wait, what? If I looked up at the screen and I saw anybody order a custom order, I spit in it. What did you order when you would go there? Cheeseburger, only ketchup, mayo, and mustard. Yeah, I've seen that a few times. I spit in that burger. You're joking, right? How do you do this with the manager around? The manager there doesn't care. You know how many times people would come and complain about hair in their food, and it was the manager's hair that was in the food, and he'd be like, nobody here has that hair color. And it's clearly his. Needless to say, I stopped going to Ronald's a lot. So a few years later, I meet this girl, Brianna. She works at, let's call her place Jenny's. So she works at Jenny's. When I find out she works at fast food, I tell her about the Jeremiah story. That is not normal. People usually only mess with your food if you're rude or an a-hole. Okay, did you ever mess with anybody's food? Only once, because the guy was an a-hole. America Explain. We got this guy's order wrong, and he came back yelling and cursing at me. I wasn't even on the line, I was at register. He's yelling and making a huge scene. I'm like on the verge of tears. So, if you're on register and you handle money, you're not supposed to be on the line making food. But since that guy was a super a-hole, I went to the back and I made his food. I took his patty and I dropped it on the floor. I look at my coworker and he's just shaking his head like, it's not enough. And then I took his bun and I rubbed it around the rim of the garbage can. Don't be rude to people who are fixing your food. I used to eat fast food every day. Now I eat fast food like once every 5 months. No, a good rule of thumb is if you ever go to a fast food place and the people preparing your food, if they're not wearing gloves, don't eat there. Because if they're ignoring that rule, they're most likely ignoring a bunch of other rules too. So yeah, needless to say, I pretty much stopped going to fast food. And I still, to this day, love fast food. So for any of y'all that watch my story on Instagram, every time I go to Tokyo, you see me at that 24-hour McDonald's in Shinjuku every single day. Everybody's very respectful. The chances of somebody messing with your food over there is slim to -0. So I quit working retail, get the job at Hard Rock Hotel as a lifeguard, and one day I'm running super late, which is pretty much every day I'm scheduled to work. And I get the urge for some, let's call this place Chess. The burgers and the fries at this place are amazing. However, the people they've been hiring and the quality had just been going downhill over the years, so now it's just too risky to go there. So it's the first time I'm going to be eating fast food in like 4 years. So I pull up to the speaker. And then he said, if we break up, ain't nobody gonna want me. Girl, his friend Tyrone want me. His friend Jaquil is all up in my DMs. Pierre want me. Ooh, girl, Pierre? Yes, girl, yes, Pierre. He cuter than a mug, I swear. If we break up, you know what I'll do? Hello? Excuse me, yes. make an order? Can you wait? Oh, God, no, he didn't. I know. Girl, I'm finna get fired today. I so welcome to Chess. What can I get you? Sorry, now I'm in a rush. Can I get a number 1, the Chess burger meal with only ketchup, mustard, and lettuce? Hello? And can I get a large? Can I make that a large with a Sprite? Pull around. Pull up to the window. They make the order. She gives me the bag. I pull off. Cool. I'm driving. I'm just gonna eat in the car. I take my burger out. Don't you guys love when you tell them only ketchup and only mustard? Super simple. And they put everything on it. Yep. They get it completely wrong. Yep. I love it so much that I turn around and drive back. I already know this is not gonna end well. Welcome to Chess. Can I take your order? Yes. I just need a number 1, the Chess combo, the Chess burger combo, with only ketchup and only mustard and only lettuce. I figured, let me just order like I'm a completely new person. But when I pull up to the window, that's when I drop it on. They're like, hey, you messed up my order. Can I just swap you the messed up order for the order that you just placed? Is what I tell her. This is her response.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I just put this in as a new order. Why you didn't tell me back there at the intercom that this was a messed up order? You annoying, I swear to law. She grabs my order, walks around the corner. So about 30 seconds later, I see one of the employees poke his head around the window and look at me, and then go back.
Supposed to get it first.
And about a minute later, I see another employee poke their head around the window, and then go back. Mind you, this is not on some, we recognize you from YouTube, because I started my YouTube channel, but I was only at like 100 subscribers at the time, so this is not that. So then she hands me the new bag, and doesn't say a word. Take the bag, drive off. I open up this bag, and it smelt like a dumpster, and the sewer had a baby. It was odious. This didn't smell like they took my burger and went around the rim with it one time. This reeked. I'm not gonna eat this food. As soon as I get to work, I'm throwing this away. So I'm driving. Lo and behold, I see a homeless man on the corner of the road. And I think to myself, oh. I pull over and I hold the bag out of the window. He sees me, stands up, walks to the edge of the road, and then he's waiting for an opening in traffic so he can cross. And then I think to myself, are you an idiot? Those employees did God knows what to your food. You're not gonna eat it, but you're gonna give it to this homeless man? That's not cool, bro. That's not cool. Traffic clears up and the homeless man starts jogging toward me, and as he gets closer, I panic and I just drive off. But then I get to work and I'm on the guard stand, and I start thinking, from that homeless guy's perspective, I pulled up like, hey bro, come get this free food. Psych, see ya, scared. Y'all ever put yourself in a situation where you just feel like crap?
Yep.
I just couldn't shake that feeling of feeling like a terrible person. So for the next few days that I had to work, every time I would go in, I was looking for this homeless dude. Never saw him again, unfortunately. And I couldn't shake that feeling of feeling like a terrible person. So to kind of counteract it, if I was at a drive-thru, I'd pay for the person behind me. If I was at a movie theater, I'd buy the person behind me ticket. I was just OD. So yeah, some of us love fast food, but some of us also have trust issues. We've been hurt in the past. Once that trust is gone, it's almost impossible to get back.
That's interesting. A couple of things in that.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Where, I always get the food 1st before I'm gonna make any complaint about the situation. And it's true. Your intentions were maybe good when he went to offer the food.
But I don't know if it was good,
But that's what I'm saying. Only because he knew the food, he thought something was wrong with it, but you don't know what he did to it. So. It would have been harmful, but I always get my food first.
Oh yeah,
I make the complaint. But that's a good. I never thought about doing that. Reorder and go back.
That's smart. I never tried. People might have been doing this for a while. I never thought to do it. But one thing I like, it's funny when you watch some of these things. That's what I'm saying. Animation, you can kind of do things that you can't necessarily do in real life, or it's a lot easier to do. Is how he gave. I meant to look at the one where he said he wanted to go to Ronald's or Ron's, however he put it. And I forgot to really look at, I didn't notice really at that one, but the next one when he said he wants to go to whatever, but it was actually supposed to be Wendy's. when they went to the employee, you could see Wendy's, but it was blurred out. So it didn't say. Then when you went to, when they say on the chest, is where the checkers. You can see the hat was checkers, but they blurred it out. So it's kind of weird, some of the stuff he did with. That's kind of like that little move he did there. But really, truly, when it comes to fast food, I talk to people all the time. We talk about food, like especially at places you work, and people steal people lunches and eat it. I mean, lunches they bring at home, and that's But it's just weird when it comes to fast food. I do order sometimes special. But I didn't know that.
You order special.
Yes, yeah, but I don't know that really ticks people off or anything. I work fast food. It really didn't matter.
I don't think it tick people off. I mean, it's not that big of a deal what your special orders are.
Unless you continue, like if you go and say, give me this, and it's not, and they give it back. And I said extra onions. You only put a few more. I need more. Then that's different. If you keep complaining, keep bringing it back, that's different. Like sometimes I order and I'll give me some extra. Add onions and ketchup, and then that's all they put on it. Sometimes I just muscle through it because, like I said, I don't want to feel like a complainer because you never know what to do in the back.
Yeah, I do hate when I order something and it's not right. I'm not gonna drive off and get to work, and I'm not gonna get home, and I'm definitely you gonna know about it,
right?
Because I'm paying my money.
Well, see, that's how you feel, but them, they're like, man, I'm only making this much money, so I mean, what do you expect? So you get the
It's not my fault.
I understand that, but ultimately you're gonna end up with the food.
Now I had a story. I'm gonna give a story. This is a short story, I guess. Okay. Hopefully I'll try to be short. But where we went to a chicken place, and they got our daughter's order wrong, and they overcharged her, but it was a sale that they were running. So then the girl.
Let's just say this place is called Brutus. Go ahead.
Okay.
Come on, let's do
it. Well, anyway, they overcharged her. So when I asked the girl, I said, wait a minute, I thought it was this price. And then she and I was like, well, you owe her money back. And it was just like, I don't know what to do. I only push the buttons on there. Yeah. And I can't. I can't change anything. No offer to let me get the manager or anything. I had to ask for the manager. And to my surprise, the manager never came and said, sorry, such and such will fix it. And she just handed us back whatever the difference was. And still we drove off and still didn't have all of her food. It was crazy. But I called and complained. Corporate office, and she got a whole meal.
Hey, that's the thing.
And her money back.
This is an example. I have some friends that if you don't get it correctly right, man, they'll try to deal with it at that particular location. If not, they go to corporate office and they get free dinners like crazy. I'm not saying always do that, but if you don't, you be nice, try to sell the situation. If you don't, just make the calls up, and you'll see it. Because a lot of times places are franchised. And so some of the people, they kind of try to do it their way, but the actual company wants them to do it the company way. So sometimes they don't want the name, the company name to be bad, so they'll send you gift cards or something. So if you ever have anything where there's a legitimate reason you complain, don't argue with them. Go to the next level, go to the corporate office, and most of the times they'll send you something, and you might eat for more than you have actually spent at the place. So that's
if anyone ever works at a fast food place, I cannot, when you're trying to get your food and you're leaving and, and you got a bag this size and you're packing it to the rim.
Yeah.
You can't even hold the bag because they're packing it. Yeah. I mean, I've dropped food before as soon as I get to the house. Dang. Because you've put so much food in there.
That's what the best thing to do is a lot of times if you don't want to have any issues, whatever you want, do it up front. Say, hey, I want to order... Y'all have that 2 meal thing. Could you put them separate in the bag? Say it first. Because once they do it, then you pack, could I get that? Then that's when they seem to get bent outside. Then they start muscling your stuff and putting it. So, sometimes just whatever you want, say it up front. Do me a favor. And you tell them what the favor is. Can you do this, do that? And usually say, because sometimes be nice because you're the ultimately ones that are going to be putting it inside you. You want to eat it, so you want it to be the best. So the best advice I say is try to get up front with, the people. If that's fast food, you just take your chances anyway. But appreciate you checking out the video. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and comment. And we just want to thank you for listening to Sunshine
Annie.
That's it.